Alright. Um. Yeah. I'm playing this because a friend told me to. And apparently I have no control over my life at this point. So. Yeah. I don't know much about this game. It's weird. Some visual novel. So I'm just gonna jump right in. Let's see. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting out in high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Wow, I'm kind of a dick. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let her catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. This is gonna kill me. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Hehe. I think I just threw open my mouth a little bit making that noise. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw nearer, the street becomes increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I'm not interested in a club. Jeez, I really... Why did I let you talk me into playing this? This is horrible. I don't like these games. It's possible that I did say I would join a club, but she likes to worry too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Character is too much. Yeah, no. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? Wow, so I'm a dick and she's like the best friend ever. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a need in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise you'll try a little? I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! End of game. Like, it looks nice, so I really have nothing to complain about. And I mean, she is a cute anime girl, so there's that. Spacing out, yeah, might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know, you could come to my club. There's no way I'm going to your club. Aw, she's all upset. I'm totally gonna grow to like these characters. Meanie. She's the vice president of the lit club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 90% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help me start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club she inherited the title vice president. Said my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. I'm going to the anime club. Why do you care so much anyways? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if she's really this much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I'll stop by for a cupcake. Still a dick. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Not a bad way to go. Dejectedly follow her across the school and upstairs, a section of school I rarely visit, but generally used by for third-year classes and activities. She's full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member's here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? I glance around the room. Girl 1. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? I'm just gonna use... I'm not gonna do any voices now. This is just gonna destroy me. Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Lex, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club, it's full of incredibly cute girls. Yeah. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. My feelings, exactly. The girl with the sadder attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, that means she's got bigger boobs, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet you both, and she has longer hair. It sounds like you already know Monica? Is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again. She smiles sweetly and does a weird hip thing. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we are in the same class last year. She's probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. You can tell she's athletic because she has a ponytail. So having her smile at me so genuine feels a little, you too, Monica. Come sit down, Lex. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll go get the cupcakes. I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I sit next to Sayori, because she's my good friend. She proudly marches to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Ooh, wow! She lifts the foil off the tray and reveals a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. That's fucking adorable. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking. Heh, well, you know. Just hurry and take one. She grabs the first one, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. She talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. Turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Like every anime ever made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe, but not for, you, dummy. This is going to be the death of me. And I don't know how I feel about that. So tea from the mature one. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess, says the guy who doesn't read. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, she looks away. I mean that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So it made you consider the Lit Club? I was afraid of this question. I shouldn't tell her that I was practically dragged here. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet. And she seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make you feel right at home, okay? As president of the club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Ah, well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. Like you do in clubs. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica's a really good leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially... Oh my god, they're gonna talk me to death. I mean, it is a visual novel, so it is a lot of reading. They're also excited about the Lit Club. I don't think I could ever get excited about a Lit Club. I don't think I even joined a club when I was in school. What kind of things do you like to read? Oh, no, that's not true. I was in a chess club once. I don't really read. I read manga. Me. I mutter quietly, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. She's a fucking nerd, too. It looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet. Oh, not much of a reader, I guess. Wow, that's kind of a... I can read a lot of manga. That doesn't mean that I don't read. They're words. What about you? Well, let's see. She traces the rim of the teacup with her finger. Favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Same. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story is in such a foreign world is equally impressive. She goes on, clearly passionate. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up, that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. You know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? I mean, I'd like to think I have a lack of imagination, but I'm not thrown for a loop. I've read the Shutter Islands, and I've been reading a lot of horror lately. That is not mine. That's gonna look horrible. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, she might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I wouldn't. Someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that, but if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror, says the manga reader. Oh, why is that? Her eyes dart over to me for a second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind during the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give it back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything about you is as cute as you are. So he sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute, says the small pink-haired person. Natsuki, you write your own poems? I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? No. She averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. I bet you they're about me. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest skip. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. Pooh. We sit in silence for a moment. Okay, awkward hip thrust. I have an idea, everyone. They look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we will share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Silence. Yeah! Let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right? She smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join the club. Dick. I never made any decisions. I still have other clubs to look at. And, I lost my train of thought. All of them stared back at me with dejected eyes. No! Don't do that! I'm sorry, I thought... Oh no, they're all shrinking into the floor. I'm defenseless against them. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Oh, and they all perked up again. Ah! One by one, their eyes light up. I'm so happy! She wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare us for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. She's a small ball of anger. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Aw, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone, I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. She looked over at me once again. Lexa looks forward to seeing how you express yourself. That's gonna, like, hurt her back at some point, I think. Like, just in general, I can't. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me in real life. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up with their food. Hey, Lex, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. I never walk home with her because she's always stayed after for the club. I might as well. Yay! That, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club with four beautiful women? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of them. All right, I just need to make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me, and I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh God. Oh no! I'm doing that later. Okay. So I'll pick this up in a minute.